So, we're going to be meeting today and talking to Avia Lippert. She is a NIA dance instructor here in Tucson.
Hello.
And we're just going to find out a little bit about you and about NIA dance. So first of all, Avia, thank you for meeting with me today.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
for asking me.
I would love to just have you tell people just a little bit about what NIA dance is, and then you can tell us how you got into it.
Okay, so NIA was born of a philosophy that there is no need to use pain to change the body. Developed by Californian aerobic teachers Debbie and Carlos Roses in 1983, it is now one of the top 3 body-mind programs in the world. It's taught in around 30 countries. By using the acceleration of movement, dance, you can become fitter and gain a better understanding of the body. So it is a sensory-based movement practice that draws from martial arts, dance arts like jazz and modern, and healing arts, yoga, tai chi. It empowers people of all shapes and sizes by connecting the body, mind, emotion, and spirits. Usually with a soul-stirring music. So every experience can be adapted to individual needs and abilities. So just to finish, why NIA? So here's the question, will you sweat? If that is happening when you dance, the electricity is in your soul. Will it hurt? If you're moving in your body's way, never. And the last question, will you feel better at the end? More than you may imagine. NIA is alchemy. It transforms the leaden aspects of the heart and the ego into gold. It is a doorway to loving yourself as you are. It is a road to sharpening your mind and boosting your confidence. You simply have to step in.
Yes. That's one wonderful way to describe it. So tell me, how did you get into NIA? How did you first find out about it?
Yeah, I was between working as a preschool teacher at Valley View Preschool at the foothills in the summer, and I felt like I need some kind of exercises, and I saw Red Monkey Studio. It's on Skyline and Campbell.
What was it called?
Red Monkey Studio.
Red Monkey Studio.
Yeah.
Oh, is it still around?
I think it's still there. And I just thought that, I'll try it. And I started, and I went to the first class, and it just felt so good. We used to live in Page, Arizona, and my best friend is a dancer who has the only studio in Page, and I used to teach there and dance with her. So the first thing I did, I called her after NIA and told her about it, and she said, "What is it?" And I told her, "I have no idea, but it feels so good." So that's where I was introduced to it, and I kept doing it, and eventually I wanted to become a teacher, and I had to take the training intensive to be a NIA teacher.
Where did you take your training?
Where did I take it?
Yeah, where did you go?
In order to be a NIA teacher, you have to take it's a whole week training, and they have it in different locations. Usually there is a website, NIA Now, and it tells you where the intensive taking place. It goes by belt, just like karate, like white belt, blue belt, green belt, brown, and black belt. So the first, I took the white belt here in Tucson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who taught that?
What was her name? Forgot her name, from Texas.
Oh.
Yeah. And I just started teaching right afterward. And 3 years ago, I took the Blue Belt at the headquarters in Portland. That's where the headquarters for NIA is, where I took
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, and I took it with their founder, with Debbie Roses.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
By
it was
yourself.
wonderful. Yeah, and I've been teaching ever since.
So where did
And
you teach when you first started? Were you at the studio at Animas where you are now?
No, that was 10 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
How long have you been teaching?
Yeah,
10 years. Oh wow.
So I started actually at my home. My two boys left to college, and my husband arranged a big room downstairs with mirrors and carpets. So I started teaching there. I was still working at preschool, so I started teaching there on the weekends.
In your own home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I started to work half time, so I was teaching at Oasis, which was a learning place for people 55 and up. And it was for different classes, and I gave NIA over there for 3 years until they ran out of money and they closed it. And then, you know, I looked around, and I found Animas probably 5 years ago. And I've been teaching there ever since.
So for 5 years at Animas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great studio.
It is. Yeah.
That's really
It's a
sweet.
family-like atmosphere, and it's very, pleasant. Yeah.
So tell me what you do when you're not dancing Nia.
Oh my goodness. Well, I like to travel. I like to go to movies, to theater. We like to go and dance at Monterey Courts Saturday night.
So when you're not dancing, you're dancing. When
Yeah,
you're not dancing Nia,
yeah.
you're still dancing.
Reading, you know, just being with friends.
Well, I think for people that don't already know you, they're probably detecting a little bit of an accent. Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in a kibbutz in the northern part of Israel called Daphna, and I still have a lot of relatives over there, my sister and my brother. And I left the kibbutz with my then husband, and we were in the city in 1973 where he was killed.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Israel?
Yeah.
He was killed in Israel?
So, I don't know if you want to leave it in, but okay, if you want to leave it in the video. But anyway, which was really, really tough. Eventually, I enrolled in teacher college to be a teacher for special ed and elementary school, and that was 40 years ago or more. And there were some courses required for music therapy and movement therapy, and I just felt so good with that, especially, you know, being in such a stage, mourning my husband. And in 1977, a friend of mine from Israel got married with an American guy, invited me to come over to visit. And so I did, and I met my husband on a houseboat in Lake Powell.
Oh, so it was here in Arizona that you came to visit?
California.
Okay.
But we had a special trip with somebody who swam the lake, and my husband volunteered the houseboat, and I met him over there. And
So it was his houseboat then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we lived in the houseboat for 2 years.
3 years?
2.
2 years.
We still had a boat, but then we had to stop making a living because we had a baby. So we bought a 17-room motel.
Oh my goodness.
We fixed everything. We did everything, and eventually it grew into 52 motel rooms.
Oh, wow.
With 2 locations. But Page is a wonderful place, and the surrounding is very spiritual and lovely, but it's a very isolated and rural, and it was hard for me to adjust to it. So we tried to move to back to Israel. That didn't work out, and my husband was in the planning and zoning committee in Page, and they had conference, and I went with him in Tucson, and the whole atmosphere really felt good, and I was telling him we need to move to Tucson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how long ago was that?
That was 1992. So yeah, I wasn't.
So you had just one son at that time?
No, 1992 we already had our second boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you had
he
just
was
2
4
boys.
years old, so we have to go. And the education system in Page wasn't for my taste, so we came to Tucson looking for the best, district, and found the foothills, and ever since then we are here in Tucson.
So you fell in love with Tucson,
Yeah.
and you still love Tucson.
Yeah, I love Tucson.
Tell me what you love to do in Tucson. You might like to go to movies, like to go to Monterey Court and dance.
There is a very kind of simple, authentic environment in the city. It's like a village. It's like it's not like a kibbutz farm when I grew up, but it's kind of like that. And I have all these empty spaces, and I loved I love this big, space all around, and the people and the community of NIA and my friends, and it's pretty much, it's very authentic for me. It's very kind of down to earth community.
I've heard Tucson described as the biggest little town.
Yeah, that's a great expression.
Yeah.
A great.
It doesn't feel
description.
like it doesn't feel like
No,
a city.
it feels like a village.
It feels like a community.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you have helped to create such community.
Well, thank you.
Since I moved here, I've just been so grateful for the community that you created and
thank
the
you.
beautiful people that come together to dance and,
Yeah, I'm very grateful
support
for
music
that.
and
Yeah.
all the wonderful things that you
Yeah,
do.
I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's very. I'm very grateful. It's very joyful and fills me with spiritual and and joy.
So I have just one more question for you.
Okay, I probably have to read this.
I know that you have a granddaughter. now.
Yeah,
If
Lila Sky.
If your granddaughter came to you and asked you for advice on the best way to live, what would you say to her?
Yeah, that's a deep question, but I kind of gave it a little bit of a thought, and I wrote down some of my thoughts that be yourself, prepare for the highs and lows that will happen all along the way. Embrace your mistakes and your successes and just keep going. And my husband always used to say, count your blessings, always count your blessings, your family, your friends. I'm going to relate it to Nia. Move in your life your body's way, your own way, the way you are. That's about it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Avia.
Oh, thank you, Robin. And I want to tell you how much I enjoy having you in my classes, and I'm enjoying your singing.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. And just to let people know that every once in a while we dancing to Robin's song, singing while we are moving.
Oh.
And thank you